What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my all new review of Love and Merge Huntsville. Y'all, I dreaded reviewing this because it wasn't much, literally. But we're back with a peaceful dinner between Stormy and Destiny. The misunderstanding that Melody did speak to Destiny, but Destiny wants to be upset because it wasn't loud enough for her to hear her. But Kimmy also said that she heard her say both of their names. That made Destiny feel a way that she wasn't going along with being upset that Millie didn't speak to her, and that it was already a hard conversation to have with her because she was feeling upset when Stormy arrived, which is the truth though, Destiny. As soon as Stormy arrived, stone cold face. You was so bothered, and her cousin want to come in and give a detailed explanation as to why she felt the way that she felt. They haven't had a conversation since the Valentine's Day event, and you show up at my event without having a conversation. Okay, well, Destiny, that should have prompted you to be an adult and be like, okay, I know that she's here to support, but I hope that she doesn't think that we are good. Maybe we need to have a conversation. That's what you should have thought, not be just so bothered and petty and childish throughout the entire time. Do this whole moment. Don't walk into somebody else's establishment. Like, you can miss me with that, Destiny. You really can. And the fact that everybody clocked your energy when they came in the store. You were on 10. You were being very, I'm not mad. Oh, no, I'm not mad. Like saying that you internalized the blow up. You did not vocalize it. You didn't have to. It was written all over your face. Hence on why Tisha and Kimmy was tiptoeing around you. Because it was hard for you to just receive what they were saying. They were telling you, don't let this bother you. Let this be an olive branch. Don't let this mess up your event. But you allowed it to mess up your event. Um, I don't know why, but the conversation was just talking about how Destiny received everything. It wasn't a conversation that led to, oh, this is what happened. Not really. Nothing got resolved. And Stormy thought that, okay, what I'm hearing is, are you guys cool? Are you guys friends? I didn't hear that, Stormy. And Melody said, I think that it's crazy we don't normalize people being good from where they are. We don't normalize that it is okay for us to not be friends. You don't have to force us to be friends. You don't have to force us to mend the friendship if we don't want to. If I'm good where I'm at with her and she wants to be upset, that's her prerogative because I'm ready to let go of everything. And Melody was right. You know, everybody don't have to be friends. Everybody don't have to be in a space of, let's build a friendship. If it was a friendship that was worth saving, then it would have taken the right steps to mend it. But if it don't, that's totally fine as well. Cause like Melody said, I'm good where we are. If Destiny wants to hold on to things, that's on her. Just as long as she don't take it out on me. And that's it. Um, then Stormy gifted the ladies a cute tote bag of her products. You know, Destiny has an issue with Stormy giving gifts if it's not some of her own products. Okay, well, she got you her products now, Destiny. What else you gonna say? You gonna still try to plug in your store? Moving on. Um, it ended with Kimmy and Melody having a moment because Kimmy did get emotional, but Kimmy's not ready to share what she's going through. Melody understands, and that whatever you have to say, I'm here for you. And it was very, very sweet, very, very nice. Um, Tisha and Marcel, I don't know what this was. I was going in and out. I'm like, what are we here for? Why is this seat needed? Okay, so Marcel plans a little picnic for Tisha. You know, it's date night. The kids are out the house, but he says that he don't know where they are. That's not his department. That's Tisha's. Marcel likes to plug in certain words that I feel like he means what he says when it comes down to the responsibility of his children not being what he needs to do, and it's irritating. So he presents everything, calls her out, say, hey, I wanted to do something nice for you while the kids are away, and just thinking about how he can do better. So looking at this as a different side to him, she was wondering, has the couples retreat rubbed off on him? You know, that he's taking more consideration into being romantic, even though there are times where Marceau doesn't show that side. And he doesn't give understanding when Tisha feels like something is wrong, something makes her feel a way. He shouldn't automatically try to be right, that it doesn't feel like it's a wrong situation. It doesn't feel like this is a situation that needs to be talked about. He should still be open to at least hear his wife out and give her that support of listening to her, and wants to showcase how much he loves her, how much, he feels about her, because Marcel doesn't show that side. He just tells Tisha, you know how much I love you, and if I wasn't here, that should tell you something. Like, he throws that mind game on her. Like, if you don't know me by now, then what are we here for? He doesn't say, I love you so much. You're the mother of my kids. I know we go through a lot, but I'm willing to stick it out with you. Like, he doesn't woo her. You know what I'm saying? And, of course, sees the effort is making her feel something, that he's listening to her. But then we talk about the couples retreat, which I found to be an odd conversation. I'm like, why did they wait so long for us to now talk about the couples retreat? The couples retreat was the beginning of the season. And to me, this showcased that you guys have nothing else to talk about. Marcel and Tisha have nothing else to talk about but somebody else. This was a clear, like, it was so clear to me, because Tisha said that the retreat helped them get to know Tiffany and Lewis better, and Marcel agreed, but he also mentioned that Dr. Francis went too hard on Lewis at the retreat. Tisha said he went hard on Tiffany too, but no. Marcel made a conscious effort to say that Dr. Francis specifically went hard on Lewis and that everything was wrong. Everything that someone said was wrong, but what he said was right. Even when I'm talking about something, I'm wrong and he's automatically right. Because Dr. Francis has to be right about everything. I said to Marceau, you are full of shit. Because I remember you, Maurice, Kimmy, and Tisha were all in glee that Dr. Francis read through Tiffany and Lewis. Y'all wasn't thinking about how he comes across. Y'all wasn't thinking about, oh, he thinks everybody is wrong and he's right. No. No. Because when you said at the retreat, how does it feel to be classified diagnosed as fake? You was happy when you mentioned that, because you've been happy of finding someone who can feel the same way that you feel about Tiffany and Lewis. Because Tiffany and Lewis did give unsolicited advice, but never talking about themselves, never being open about themselves, being transparent, and you were vindicated with that. And now you want to turn around with he read them too hard. Everything that Lewis said wasn't always right. This and that, and this is like bullshit. And then want to say that Dr. Francis is biased towards only calling out the men and not the women. Marceau, get off my screen and get away from me. You really trying to come in defense of Lewis when you've been the main one talking shit about them because Lewis did call you out of not communicating with your wife? So you can miss it with that shit, saying that he only goes hard on the men. No, what he does do is call you out on your bullshit and you can't take it, saying that Dr. Francis feels like all masculinity is toxic. That's not how he thinks. So right now you're looking for another excuse, another issue to call out why Dr. Francis isn't somebody that you should keep seeing. So you want to tell Tisha to find somebody else who's not going to be biased. So what is your type of therapist? Someone who we can see the life that they're living, someone who's open, someone who isn't perfect. I'm like, what? What do you mean see the life that they're living? Dr. Francis opened up on his marriage with his wife. And why do you need to find somebody who's going to tell you about their life? That's not their job. Their job is to help you navigate in your life with your marriage. That's what they're designed to do. Because they're going to open about their life, but they're mostly there to listen and understand where you're coming from. But what you want is someone who can just be on your side. You want a biased therapist who will be on the men's side and call out what the women need to do. It doesn't feel good. And it doesn't sit with you that Dr. Francis reads through your bullshit and calls you out on everything that you try to finagle, use big words to counteract what your bullshit ass decision was. So you can mess with that shit. To me, he was giving Tisha an ultimatum. Find another therapist or I'm not going to therapy. Because he's not even completely on board with going on couples therapy. So why is it her responsibility to find a therapist? Don't you want to fix your marriage too? Don't you want to get closer? You should look for a therapist as well. It's not just her job. Like, and you're not even on board with going on couples therapy. So what's the purpose of finding one? Miss me, Marcel. She also decided to have a little period party for her daughters because her daughters is coming close to that age where most girls are likely to get their periods, and just to give them a fun, educational way of moving forward in their journey of becoming little girls to young ladies. Nice. Moving on. Um, when it came down to this conversation, though, Marceau wasn't comfortable, and he even made a comment that anything to do with periods and stuff, that's Tisha's department, and whatever he does with his son is what he needs to do. No, Marceau, you guys are a family, which means you guys both hold a responsibility of navigating your children as they get older in this world. You're gonna have a conversation about your daughters about her period, just like Tisha might have a conversation about your son when he starts to hit puberty. I mean, he probably already hit puberty and everything, but his voice might get deeper. His body might change, start growing facial hair. Gonna have conversations about it. Why does he always have to separate the gender of having conversation that's comfortable for him? No, just like the period party. Tisha had to remind him Martell has three daughters, and Destiny was raised by her father. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, not knowing what to do with raising a girl, having to go down the aisles to find panty liners and tampons. It was a whole new world for them to have. And you're going to have uncomfortable conversations, but that's what a parent does. Have uncomfortable conversations, but you navigate that. Saying how, oh no, I'm gonna leave that to you. That's your department, your department. His sexism, his misogyny mindset that when it comes to the female things, that's a woman's job. Do you not know how single fathers are out here navigating throughout this with no help on figuring out how to raise little girls? They have to figure it out. They have to learn on their own. Just like for a single woman, a single mother who's raising boys. She has to be tough and soft. She has to teach him how to use the bathroom, deal with puberty, this and that and the third. And she's not a female, but she's still navigating that. And that's what she had to do. She wasn't about to let her son grow up without knowing what to do when his voice get deeper, having the birds and the bees conversation. Like, Marcel, you need to get out of the caveman mentality. Like, please. And if Tisha would leave him or get divorced or something, he would find a wife ASAP because he's going to deal with raising kids by himself. I mean, you don't even know that your kids are allergic to peanut butter. So yeah, you would be a fish out of water, not knowing what to do if your child was to get her period, which is sad. Anyway, Kimmy is on her way to the doctor to find out the results of her biopsy. Of course, she's nervous, but of course, she's trying to think positive. More is going to come after that. This is just a quick scene. Destiny. Destiny's at a photo shoot for her song On 10. Melody comes by. Destiny was so happy to see her. And it goes to show that Destiny still wants to be friends with Melody, and she wants them to get back to how they used to be. And looking at, excuse me, and looking at Destiny's outfit, she was giving Big Bird. Melody said I was too. And in this scene, we see Destiny and Melody literally look back on how they were as friends, laughing with each other, joking, being shady, petty banter going back and forth. It was really, really nice to see. It made me look back. I'm like, oh, see, you guys would have still had this great friendship if it wasn't for a misunderstanding and miscommunication. So they did sit down, and Destiny wants to know, how did she feel? Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, not there yet. Oh yes. So Destiny reaching out to Melody for the photo shoot was a big step. She appreciated the invite and wanted to return because Destiny wanted to know if she arrived home safely. And why hasn't Melody shown her support with posting her song? Funny thing is, she did show her support. It was a video of her dancing to the song, and she was about to post it online, but after everything happened at the Madani event, she didn't post it, because there have been some things going back and forth on social media and everything. And she didn't want to add on to me supporting you with what happened at the event. I mean, considering the fact that she did come in with good energy and good spirits, hopeful to have a conversation with you, which could lead to a better outcome and more support and everything. But after the way you spoke to her and her mom, she said, "Oh no, fuck her. No, I'm not gonna do it." Um, and why did the energy happen at her event? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you come talk to me or something? After you said you don't do that to someone else's establishment, I felt like you didn't want to be bothered. Now, after the Valentine's Day event, with chairs being thrown by Destiny, they haven't had anything to talk about. They haven't been in contact to one another. So, what made you think that I wouldn't have been understanding if you would have come to my store with saying hello? Well, like she said, I felt like you didn't want to be bothered. When I walked in, your energy gave off you didn't want to be bothered. So I felt it and went about my merry way. And Destiny needs to be aware of that. You have a hard people have a hard time approaching you. Like Tiffany said, I feel like I can't say anything based off of how you're going to react. It's going to make me look bad for saying something. Because you have a hard way of being approached. You're very hard to approach. You give such a very hard, stone energy about yourself. So the fact that I came in on high spirit and you wasn't, oh, I wasn't about to mess with that. Even though your reasoning of still not being an adult to talk to her after you thought she didn't say hello, finding out that she did say hello, but it still wasn't enough for you, you want to still be upset. And then you want to bring up that the respect level that you thought Melody would have given you based off of the respect level that she expected when it came down to Tisha coming to her event uninvited. Well, Destiny, let me tell you this about the respect level. You showed disrespect when you wanted to throw away Stormy when she wanted to come with flowers and a Gucci purse. That wasn't respect. And again, your event was public. It was a re-grand opening of a beauty supply store. Melly had a private event for her business. And Tisha came in uninvited, and Tisha was carefully escorted out. So why you keep on bringing up what she did to Tisha? Can we talk about what she do to you? Stop bringing up Tisha to make it seem as if what she did to you is the same. Not really. Now I don't know why you want to still be in the realm that Melody sought out to make your event wrong, make your event a disaster. But we have to point fingers at everybody, Destiny. You played a part in helping out that your event when it was a disaster based off of your energy. You did not hold your poker face to the extent of we didn't know that you were bothered. You could have been an adult and been like, I know she came in support, but we got some things to talk about. I'm gonna let her come in, I'm gonna say hi, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. But that's not what you did. You made a face, you was irritated, you was being petty, so you can miss me with that. And then it leads to an argument between them, and Melody wants to be at peace. I don't want to go back to bringing up old shit. And consider the fact that Melody called out Destiny for trying to say that she's a manipulator and a liar. And Melody called out the fact that I called you a liar because you were lying. How I said this and I said this because Destiny was about to have an opportunity to work with another company, but that person either watched the show, had a couple conversations with Melody about where does she stand with her friends with Destiny, and wanted to be upfront with, if I'm doing business with you, I don't want no personal shit to come out. So I think that you and Melody need to have a conversation. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? This woman's about her business. She's not about drama. And I do not want us developing a business relationship that can turn sour based off of your personal friendship with Melody. Don't want that. Because Melody did defend the fact that she would never stop somebody from getting a bag, getting other opportunities. That's not her style. And that's when Destiny called Melody a master manipulator because she was very smart in her words, and that's what you categorize a master manipulator. She said, okay, well, I'm sorry I did that. And then the misunderstanding of Destiny feeling like we had an issue based off what somebody has told me. I texted you, you didn't respond. Melody would be like, we never had a conversation, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, Destiny wasn't wrong with feeling like, oh, we got a problem. Let me go ahead and talk to the source. Melody wanted to be petty and didn't respond. But I think that Melody was operating like, oh, so now you want to talk to me? Because I feel like the beginning of Melody's problem with Destiny was her not being open and honest about where she was with her divorce. That was the beginning. That Destiny wasn't talking to Melody about her divorce. When it came down to her divorce being final, Melody saw was like, oh, so I could share my life with you that was so traumatic, but you can't do the same for me. Bet. That's where the distancing came about. That's when she wasn't available. That's when she saw how Destiny was moving. So she took a step back and just kept getting back to being her. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. And then the whole coffee shop conversation didn't go well because Melody called out Destiny was talking shit about her. Destiny doesn't want to admit it. And again, like Melody said, I don't want to keep going back and forth. I don't want to rehash things. But Destiny wants to rehash things to get clarity, get resolved. But Destiny likes to go back to the past. Destiny likes to poke holes and how the past came about. But like Melody said, I want to move on. I have let all that go because she doesn't like Destiny's version of what happened at the coffee shop. And I just want to move forward. I don't want no drama. I don't. I'm ready to let go. I'm ready to be at peace, you know. And talking about do they love each other. Melly does love Destiny, but she doesn't love her ways. You know what I'm saying? And then it shows a flashback of their friendship, and Destiny was a good friend to Melody, and vice versa. I think that's where Destiny got a little bit irritated that Melody would showcase and talk about the way she helped Destiny out. But if that's what she did out of the kindness of her heart, you can get mad that she helped you out financially. She was there talking with you, and you're making it seem as if she's looking for people to bow down and kiss her feet because she helped you out financially. You're taking it as if she felt compelled or she looked down on you to help you. How about she loved you and wanted you to be good, wanted you to be great, and she said, let me give you this. So Destiny have a hard time with accepting help without it looking like she is a charity case, like she says. But the way you move don't make it no better either, Destiny. Now, with the fallout, it felt like it was a divorce. After her divorce, which was very traumatic, her friendship with Mel was also traumatic. But y'all could have still been close if you guys have went through y'all divorce together. You guys were both dealing with the same type of man. And the fact that we did have a great friendship, knowing of my history with Martell, I still wanted to be your friend. We have a history. But like Melody said, I'm distancing myself to getting back to loving me. Now, as far as the friendship, I do miss the friendship. I do. But I just not in a place where I can see us getting back to that just yet. And I know that it hurt Destiny's feelings that they're just in a cool setting because that's all Melody wants. While we're not friends, I want us to still have respect with one another. I want us to still, say hi, be cool. I can see you in a restaurant and be like, hey, I don't want to be petty and childish to not say hey. But it's going to take a long time. And I do mean a long time for Destiny and Mel to get back to how they used to be. Both parties need to be accountable for how they play their part. And agree or disagree. This might be a conversation where nobody's going to bend about how they actually meant what they said this, what they mean when they were talking about this. And it's just going to be a conversation that's going to be vaulted. We're not going to touch that conversation because we're never going to agree on certain things. And I don't want us to go backwards. At the end, it was Tisha's period party. It was nice and informative, especially for girls growing up to learn and navigate when their period comes, learning that they're going from a little girl to a young lady. There was a company where two girls founded to gift other women the products that they need, panty liners, tampons, all this and that, because it's very hard to obtain those. You know what I'm saying? The cost of buying panty liners and sanitary napkins is on the high right now. People can't afford them. Then it ended with Maurice coming over and Tisha wondering why is he here? He never comes here. So Kimmy comes. She wanted to have a conversation with both of them, but Marcel wasn't available. So she talks to Tisha that the results from her biopsy says that she has stage 2 breast cancer. But after it being discovered in June of 2022, they caught it early. And her prognosis is very good. Her journey has begun. Tisha was very emotional to hear this about it because she also lost a family member to breast cancer and that they're going to fight this. Kimmy is not alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call you even though I know you don't want me to call you. I'm going to show up even if you think I'm not going to show up. And it was a very cute and touching scene. Kimmy also had a cute little fuzzy pouch for her niece. She could put all her toiletries inside and make her feel like, what's happening to her is normal. She don't need to be embarrassed because that is an embarrassing time for a woman, for a little girl. And it was a very, very nice scene. And it ended on a very, very sweet note. But again, that was the end of the episode. Like I said, it wasn't really much. You know what I'm saying? Um, Next episode, I think it's going to be really good. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for next video and we'll see you guys later. Bye.